Hi guys, how's it going? It's Sam here with another video. Today I've got a really exciting one for you. It's the first sales video that I've ever done. This is the first time I've ever actually uploaded one of my recorded sales calls. This was a one call close, and I closed this client on £1,000 plus VAT per month retainer. So this I think will help a lot of you guys who are new to sales. I hope it's a relatively simple close. I'm not trying to close a 10 grand a month retainer. This is just a simple retainer that I think is in line with what most agencies are charging. I didn't want to go crazy here. So you're going to hear the whole recording, and I'm going to break it down at different parts. So I'm going to pause the video at certain parts, come back to you, give you guys some pointers, and kind of talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it at different stages. But yeah, I think you guys will really enjoy this one. Before I go into the video, make sure you click the link below to join my free 5-day challenge, which I'm going to be doing in the next 1 to 2 weeks. I will be limiting the amount of people that can join that challenge, but I've had over 250 people join already. It's a free school community at this point. So yeah, super excited about that. And of course, make sure you like and subscribe on this video. It helps the channel, helps me reach more people, helps me provide more content, and makes this all worthwhile. So before we jump into this sales video, I'm going to start this call when I speak to this client. I'm going to start talking about getting him to open up about his business. So that's the first thing that you'll notice that I do here. Asking him questions, asking him how he started the company, why he started the company, just getting him to open up, find out a little bit more about him. So let's jump into the video.
Hello, mate. Sorry, if you just give me 1 second.
No worries. Shall I call you back?
No, mate. No. I'm just going downstairs. Sorry, I'm just
No
on
worries.
the job site.
No worries. How you doing?
Right, mate. That's better. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good.
Awesome. Yeah, good to speak to you. I know we chatted last night on WhatsApp a little bit, but yeah, I've been looking forward to having a conversation. Michaela said you were eager to chat and eager to kind of take your business forwards, and she kind of told me a little bit about what you guys do, and I have had a little look at your website, and so I think I've got a good idea. But yeah, this call really is just to find out more about you. I guess see if what we offer is of interest, but also just kind of suits your business model, I suppose, and what you guys do, and then we can kind of all going well, we can kind of move things forward from there. So yeah, just take it away, mate. Just tell me a bit more about it. Just talk me through the business and how you started, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so it started about 2 years ago. So prior to spraying, I was in sales. Worked for a company actually booking in jobs for spraying, and then didn't pay me, so I just fucked off and started on my own. Just started getting jobs in, knocking on doors, just speaking to everybody who'll listen, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
there's only a certain point that takes you.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now where I've got a lot of personal work going on in terms of my own jobs, but I could, and I've got lads there waiting for work. So, I'm training them up in the background, and I'm just at a point now where they're ready to go.
Yeah.
On their own jobs, but the jobs aren't there. So in terms of chasing leads, closing sales, that's I'm absolutely fine with that. It's just getting the leads in. So we do kitchen cabinet spraying, painting and decorating. We do UPVC window spraying, Venetian plaster and micro cement.
Yeah.
Liquid metal spraying. There's a fair few things that we do. It's just what I really want to target is the cabinet spraying and the windows and the liquid metal. But I just really wanted to start with the cabinet spraying, so getting a campaign going for that. Because I've just got a unit, you see, so it was a nightmare spraying kitchens in customers' houses. There's a lot more problems come with it than people think. So
Yeah.
Just now taking them away, and we've got the sort of resources now to take away multiple kitchens.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm trying to push right now. But mate, honestly, I'm just full of plans. Like if this goes right, then I've got like a million other things that I need marketing. It's
Yeah, no,
ridiculous.
that's perfect. So at this point in the sales conversation, I start digging into some of his pain points. What I'm really trying to do here is get him to open up about some of the problems that he's having, because I want him to come to the conclusion that what we offer is the right solution on his own. I don't want him to be telling him that. I want him to come up with that in his own mind. It sounds like you've got a lot of the business handled. I took a look at your guys' Facebook page, and it looks like you do a lot on there, and you've got some great reviews as well. So what's holding you guys back at the moment? I mean, it looks from the surface, it looks like, from the outside, so it looks like you guys are smashing it. So what do you think's holding you guys back at this point?
Yeah, so I think there's just so many things that I want to do that just aren't happening because I'm spending too much time in the business, as opposed to on the business, and it's just a bit. I think what's holding me back is the fact that it's just pretty much me. I'm doing all the posts, I'm doing all the videos, and and I know it's not a massive job, but it does take up a bit of time, and I'll slack in some out. So like I went through a stage a few weeks ago, and I hosted like 2 weeks because I was so busy on jobs. But obviously it's just at a point where I'd be dying if I wasn't getting work in. So like I want to be closing jobs in the background of doing jobs. It's but yeah, definitely the social media I want to outsource in a sense, because my girlfriend wants to do it, but I wouldn't fucking trust her to do that.
Well, I mean, you can get someone in to kick it off, and then in the future, maybe she can take it over, but you can, I guess, speed that process up. Yeah, maybe. Just a couple of sort of assumptions, but obviously you guys you're putting a lot of effort into all of this, and your social media presence is really good, which makes me think that why aren't you advertising on there? Because all of these posts that you've got up here, like I'm looking at the one you've got from like 3 days ago where you're spraying some furniture. That stair rail looks amazing. And obviously you're getting a bit of organic engagement, you're getting a couple of likes and stuff, but if you put some budget behind that kind of content, I think it would really make a big difference to you guys. I think that's maybe what you're missing, but I don't want to kind of assume. So how come you guys... Yeah, tell me about that.
So, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's...
So I'm going to quickly stop here. This part is really interesting because he's about to go into why he thinks, what he thinks his problems are. And he starts talking about not having enough followers on Facebook. And so I challenge him here a little bit. I'm trying to guide him in the right direction. So I just challenge him on that, and you're going to see kind of how I do that in the next clip.
My actual business page feels like a friends and family gallery.
Yeah.
The only people that engage with the posts, like the pictures, and sometimes I fucking have to ask, and it's like, just doesn't feel like a business page or a social media page for a business. And I just want a bit more of a presence, to be perfectly honest with you, on social media, and I know followers don't equal sales, but it most definitely helps. Like I've had that account now for over 2 years, and I don't know, mate. I just feel like 460 odd followers is, like 230 followers a year. That's just really not what I'm after.
Well, I mean, I'm going to challenge you on that, because if you had, 5-6 leads coming in every day, do you think you'd care if you had 230 followers or 2,000 followers? I don't think you'd be bothered, would you?
No, mate, no, I wouldn't care.
It's just about leads, and your product is extremely visual, right? You're selling, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're selling like the before and after. You're selling a solution. It's a visual product. People need to see it, and that's why I think Facebook ads is probably your best bet. I mean, you've got really, really good images, and it sounds daft, but you've just taken really clear photos before one and after one from the same angle, and you'd think it'd be a simple thing to do, but a lot of people don't seem to understand that concept. And you've got a lot of product variety here as well, which I don't think you've kind of really considered. Obviously, you're talking about the window spraying, the kitchen spraying, but like I'm looking at this like fireplace before and after. I kind of see this as, and we've done this product before, not as a standalone company, but we've got companies who do this as well as other products. It's like an affordable alternative to replacement, right? Oftentimes. So somebody's like bored of their kitchen, they can spend 18 grand, replacing all the units, or they can, I guess, respray them, recolor them, kind of bring life to the house without it costing a fortune. That's kind of how I see this, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's it. It's the thing as well is that, what I'm struggling to navigate around that I want to really make clear is, so there's a fair few people that do spraying.
Yeah.
But the service that they offer it's not a high quality service. So we really, I'm absolutely obsessed with just trying to improve the service, the process, make everything as streamlined as possible. But I'm trying to relay to customers that the difference between, why, for example, we would charge £2,000 for a small kitchen as opposed to someone who would charge £400 is the difference between the care, the prep, the paint, and everything that we use. So a lot of people use cheap paint, and we use, high quality scratch proof paint. Yeah. More prep, more effort. It's just an all around better service. I just feel like a lot of customers, they're sort of fishing through shit at the moment because there's people that are, pumping out these spray courses and anyone can just go on it and just bomb you a sprayer after a day. It's crazy. So I really, obviously, your professional opinion might say otherwise, but I feel like in the ad it should sort of relay that, this is a premium service. This is, it's not just a quick fix. Yeah.
Well, that you've got 10-year guarantee plastered on all your images, so that's enough of a guarantee. That's enough, mate. 10-year guarantee on something like this is pretty solid. I think that's going to kind of prove that concept. Did you watch the video that I sent you last night? So you're going to see here I mentioned a video that I sent him before we did the sales conversation. So before I do any sales call, I like to send a little loom to that client. It can be pre-recorded, but I like to send a little loom, like a demo, just kind of demonstrating the nuts and bolts of what we do, just the basic stuff, so that you don't have to spend the whole sales conversation trying to explain the concept to them. You want them to kind of ideally understand that before they hop into this sales call, so that you can just focus on them. You can just focus on their objections. You're not spending the whole time trying to explain what it is that you do.
I did, mate. Yes, I did.
So that's what we do here. Like, we are, ultimately, it's about getting you guys as many appointments as possible. So,
of course,
we want to take your budget, and a lot of companies will take your budget and they'll say, "Oh, it's going to take a few weeks of testing." I think that's sort of rubbish. All you need is a couple of good offers. A good selection of really nice designs, and sometimes these can be super basic, mate, like just a before and after, a really solid headline with a hook, a really good offer, get people to take advantage now, send them straight to you, contact them, book them and sell them. It's that simple, right? And obviously we've been doing this for 5 years, and we know what offers work, we know what designs work. So like, we launch a client campaign within like 3 to 5 days. So as soon as a client gets onboarded, we get on a quick call with them. We're going to go through all the offers that we're going to run. We're going to establish some goals. So obviously we need to run through, we can do it in a moment, we need to run through like how much an average customer's worth, which products do you install that are worth the most in terms of margin, like what brings you guys the most profit essentially. And we're going to select a few of those products to kind of start advertising. So which of your products is, talk to me about some of the numbers behind the business. Now, Michaela put down here that you guys are doing about 18k, or you've done 18k this month so far. That's awesome. So tell me a bit about the numbers behind the business. So what does that 18k make up of in terms of number of installations, kind of average installation order value, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so it's basically, one thing as well that I'm not skilled in is I'm quite impulsive, mate. So any bit of money, I just throw it straight into the business. I just get new equipment. I've got I've got the fanciest tools in the world and the shittest clothes in the world. Like everything just goes into the business. But in terms of profit margins, so they are quite high.
Yeah.
So, for example, on a let's say £2,000 kitchen, the cost of getting the customer, doing the quote, getting there, everything all in.
Yeah.
Probably looking at about a 60% margin on that.
Nice.
Sometimes even more if if I've already got the paint, if it's a local job, if I've closed them over WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go out and see it. So yeah, it's good. Where the highest margins are with the kitchen cabinet spraying and the window spraying. So even like windows are ridiculous. So I think I could do like a full semi-detached house for 5 litres of paint, so that's 120 quid, and then you're charging just under £2,000 for that, and yeah, in total I'd say probably spending about £350 on doing a full house, if not less. So the margins are good. Where it's not so good is the internal painting and decorating, but again, that's where I feel like just a bit of marketing can change that. So like these guys in America, I know, he's called Shaw Lux, he charges like $700 for a fucking room to paint a room. So
yeah. I think I've seen that guy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Does he do those little videos?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. It's clever though, isn't it? It's so simple.
I know. That's what I mean. I feel like I do get caught up in my own head sometimes and overcomplicate it, but I do know that it works because, like you said about simple ad images.
Yeah.
And I ran this Facebook ad, and it was literally just a before and after of a kitchen.
Yeah.
And it said before and after on it, and some graphics that I got done on Fiverr for like £7.
Yeah.
And that pulled in 112 leads over the course of, I think it was 2.5 months.
Yeah.
At £7.80 a lead.
Yeah.
So I know that it works. So I just thought, man, wow, like if they were just optimized and done correctly, like I wonder what it could bring in quite a lot.
Yeah, it definitely works. I mean, if it didn't work, I wouldn't be here right now. So
exactly, mate. I've seen you, mate. I've seen your ads for years. Have you been running your own ads for like over 3 years?
About 5 years, to be honest. Yeah, quite a long time. We've always advertised at least a little bit, like not a lot, but just like if someone goes to our website, we'll always retarget with case studies and stuff. Just because I think every company should advertise like all the time, like even if it's on a small budget, just to kind of keep things rolling. Do you know what I mean? Just keep things kind of, even if we're fully booked, we're busy, and we can, I'd rather have a waiting list, and keep those leads coming in than turning people away. So I think everyone should advertise. But yeah, I've been doing it for 5 years now. Been going a while.
Yeah. No, I remember. I've seen you on Facebook quite a lot. And I like the difference between, because I've had a few digital marketing companies, and to be honest, mate, they've just been, it don't matter where you do it, but it's just been like guys just in their bedroom and stuff. And it's like.
So I always say to people, like, we aren't the cheapest. I don't think we're expensive, and we'll run through that in a bit. We've got options that are affordable, and we've got options that, and as clients grow their ad spend with us, then the fee increases. So it's incremental, right? So we don't come in like with crazy fees. We're like, look, we're going to increase it as your business increases. If you never increase your budget and you always keep it low, you're not going to pay. It's relative, and I think that's fair. But with us, obviously, we're maybe a bit more expensive than someone who's doing it on their own in the bedroom. But it's the same as you, right? Like if with home improvements companies, a lot of them talk to me and say, oh, we're in in the middle price wise, but we have guarantees and we have experience and this and the other, and that's what you're paying for. I was like, okay, well that's the same with us. We're not the cheapest, but there's not many companies who have got like 40 video testimonials on their website. So
good ones as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not like a pump and dump scheme. We've been going for 5 years now, so we're here to stay. So
you're paying for expertise and to grow your business, and I feel like that's a bit priceless, to be honest. So
definitely. Definitely.
That's the whole point.
So let's just quickly drill into these numbers. So you said that your average is about $2,000. So out of the 18K that you mentioned so far this month, how many installs would you say that is, or how many like separate jobs would you say that kind of makes up of?
So that was 3 jobs. However, it was one of them was an office block that we get a commercial office block about every 2 to 3 months. So that was a bit of it's not a regular thing, you know. It's not like, oh yeah, we're getting 13 grand jobs in every week. So that was sort of a one-off with that. But for example, the other 2 jobs, the one that we're on now is 5 grand. But again, like, I know the prices can be higher. To be honest, because we do sometimes undercharge. To be honest, it's quite annoying.
It doesn't matter. You're getting the work in. Like it's just like it's easy to kind of worry about things like that. But look, every customer is a potential recommendation. It's a potential review. It's a good image for your social media profile. You never know what could happen. Like, I always think it's you don't want to turn opportunities away.
100%.
Because every customer could turn into another customer if the neighbour looks at the windows and thinks they look nice and they want to get a quote. Then that's the easiest lead you're ever going to sell in your life, right?
It's crazy.
So apart from
I've had
go on.
Like £100 window turn into like a full kitchen, a full painting and decorating. It's no, if there's any like slither of, you know, even a hint of opportunity, I'll just run after it.
Got it. So at this point, I'm going to start digging a little bit deeper into the numbers behind his business. It's really important that you ask really important qualifying questions. You want to make sure that they're a good fit for you as much as, you know, them, you know, you being a good fit for them. And people can smell it. If you're just trying to sell them no matter what, and you're not really asking any questions as to whether you think you can help or whether their product suits your business model, they can sniff it out of you and they will know. You need to make sure that when you're selling somebody, you're breaking it down and understanding their business to make sure that they are a good fit for what you guys offer. So that's what I'm going to do in the next part of this video. 100%. So on an average month, like you talked about this month being bigger order values, but if we're going like mainly just domestic installations, what does a typical month look like in terms of an amount of orders you guys are fulfilling and kind of the average order value you're charging for each one of those?
I'd say, sorry, what was that? Across the month or per job?
So like if you was to take a typical month of domestic projects, what would you say is the average order value for those domestic projects? So if you was to take total revenue for the month divided by the amount of installations you did, what does that look like for you guys?
I'd say on average it's going to be about 2 to 3 grand a week, with about 3 to 4 jobs, maybe 2 to 3 jobs.
So it's like about grand a job, something like that.
Just over, yeah, just over. But it's so hard to sort of gauge because of the difference in prices. So if somebody wants like a front door,
yeah,
that's £200. But if they want, you know, because we do like we've done gyms and stuff like that. We did a full gym renovation for 6 grand, and it's weird because like the gym renovation that took 4.5, call it 5 days, and then we'd get in like another semi-detached house at the end of the week, so for 1,800. So it's it's hard to
that's so variable, right?
Average.
That's so variable. So we've got a client who does conservatory insulation, and we advertise like tiled roofs, like conservatory tiled roof replacements. But occasionally, like once every month or 6 weeks, they'll get a job that comes in, which is like a 65 grand like new build orangery, and it's like you can't predict those things, but when they do come in, it's nice, right? So
that's fair enough.
I've seen the gym that you've done. That's pretty cool, and I it wouldn't be crazy idea to use that on some of your ads just in case. Just in case some gyms or local kind of commercial units will see something like this, and could be quite a good little revenue booster for you guys. So So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with the revenue you're doing now, how many leads are you getting, and where are those leads coming from? Just kind of to finish up.
So right now, mate, I'm not running a single ad, and I've not ran an ad in maybe just under a year. It's all been word of mouth, because we've got quite a good reputation.
Yeah.
I've just not needed to run any, but I'm at a point now where I just want to be absolutely flooded with work, because I can handle it, and I know how to handle it on my side. I just need the traffic.
Yeah. Nice. All right, cool. Well, you obviously kind of you kind of know what we do, right? Since the video I sent you last night, so I don't need to kind of go over that in too much depth.
The presenting offers.
Yes. So at this part, I'm going to start assuming that this customer or this client is moving forward. I don't want to be awkward and ask him the yes/no question, like, are we good to go? I will do that a little bit later on, and you'll see, like, I'll confirm a little bit later on that he's good to go. But I just start assuming that they're going to start. I start talking about next steps, how we're going to get them onboarded, what we need from them to get started, timelines and stuff like this. Almost as if they, based upon the vibe that I got from him, or, you know, how I feel about the conversation, how it's flowing. Sometimes you might need to ask more questions and kind of get a bit more out of them before you can do this. But yeah, I just assume he's going forward, and I start asking questions and talking about next stages. We'll hop on a quick call with you. It'll be like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. We'll run over those offers. We'll get access to all the imagery that we need, the areas, postcodes, things like this, just all the basic stuff that we need. And then within 3 to 5 days, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, just depending on how quickly you guys kind of approve those ads. So once we send them over, you guys approve them. And if there's any changes, it might take 1 or 2 days just to make those changes. But once you've approved those, we'll go live, and you guys are going to start receiving leads literally within 24 hours. So it's mega fast. We handle everything, and we set up a little WhatsApp group so you can communicate with us. We've got 2 girls in the office. They're going to be available if you've got any questions and stuff like that. We will set a daily budget. So that daily budget is going to determine the amount of leads that you guys are going to get. Just to kind of context, we kind of for every £30 a day that you're going to spend, you're going to get anywhere from 1 to 3 leads. So our lead costs, generally speaking, depending on how attractive the offers that we're running are, is anywhere from like £15 to £30 for the lower ticket products. So something like this would be considered a slightly lower ticket product when you compare it with like a garden studio, for example. We'd be looking or hoping that lead cost is in the lower end. So we're really aiming for leads for between like £10 and £20. So that means if you're spending 30 quid a day, some days you're getting 1 lead, some days you're getting 3. But it's relatively consistent over the course of that month. And if we get 2 weeks in or a week in and you win a couple of jobs, we can increase your budget by whatever you want. If you want to add an extra £10 a day, if you want to add an extra £20 a day, increase that volume. We're literally like available to make those changes very, very quickly.
Perfect.
So at this point, I'm about to go for the close, and you're going to see that I had a little bit of scarcity or urgency. I just talk about a little bit of Black Friday deal. I do think a little bit of scarcity or urgency is good. Other ways of doing this are onboarding clients on 1 day a week, or restricting the number of clients that you onboard in a month. So if you onboard, let's say, 1 client a week or 2 clients a week, you just tell them that. You just say, hey, just so you know, we only take on 5 clients a month, and we're at 3 at the moment. So if you join, we've got 1 more spot. They're not going to believe you if you say you've got 1 left and this is true and it's near the end of the month. So make sure it's a believable and realistic and honest, pitch. I mean, for us, this was true. Like, I didn't make any of this up. So just an idea for you. Yeah, add a little bit of scarcity or urgency in there as well. And yeah, and like the good news is that we have our price points have kind of more or less stayed the same over the last 5 years. But every single November, we'll always do a little Black Friday like promo, basically. So we charge $14.95 plus VAT per month as an agency retainer fee. Now, with Black Friday, we're doing, for anyone that joins in November, we're going to do the first 3 months at $9.95 plus VAT. So that basically means it's like knocking 500 quid off a month for the first 3 months. After that 3rd month, we'll have a conversation, we'll have a Zoom call, whatever we want to do. We'll go over it, we'll establish it. If you're happy, then we'll move back up to our normal price point. Hopefully by that point, there's a lot of revenue that we've brought into your business, so it's going to be an easy conversation.
Of course.
And we'll give you a really easy way to track all of this. So you're going to get a really simple way for every lead that comes through is going to get automatically text, so you're going to get automatically text, emailed, so you can contact that lead as quickly as possible, whether that's through a phone conversation or WhatsApp or both. And we're then going to give you a Google Sheet which you can open up on your phone, so you can just tell us with every single lead that comes in if they've answered the phone, booked an appointment, and sold, just like the examples that I showed you yesterday on that little video.
Yeah.
And that's really everything. That the next, all we really need to do next stage is get you booked in for an onboarding call. Get things moving from there. So, like, any questions really, like, about that and how that works?
Zero questions, mate. Send over the invoice. That's fine.
Nice. So that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think it went pretty well. There's different ways of closing, and sometimes I chop and change between doing a 1-call close and doing a 2-call close, doing it on Zoom. It's not always for me exactly the same, but I more or less follow the same kind of principle. And I think that call went pretty well. Obviously, I closed the client. He signed up, and that's obviously great. I may do another one in the future where I don't win the deal, and we can maybe reevaluate why that happened. I'd love to hear you guys' comments, so let me know down below what you guys thought of that sales video. Like, it's about 30 minutes long, which I think is probably the perfect amount of time. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure, as I said before, you join the 5-day challenge if you're interested and you want to learn how to do this for your own business. And otherwise, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.